last night, so they've been treating the roads. The good thing is the temperatures are at a point where the chemicals, the brine, the salt work really well. So that's good news. As we get daylight, as we get more traffic on the roads, that will also help as far as getting the roads cleared. And again, our crews are out. They will continue to be out. But the big thing is, I know we still possible get another inch or two of snow with the winds forecast to really come up this afternoon. Even though it is a wet snow, if we get 35-mile-an-hour winds, it's still going to blow it around pretty good. And the good news, bad news is, like we said, the roads will turn wet. But the bad news is, with the snow blowing across a wet road, it's going
Slippery.
to stick, and then it gets icy. So be aware of it. We're going to monitor it, do what we can. Again, like I said, as far as the chemicals and doing what we can to keep the roads ice free. But you got to remember too that it takes a while for the chemicals to work, and the snowplow routes are about 2 hours long, hour to 2 hours long. So they hit one spot, and if it's snowing hard in an hour or two, there's going to be a lot of snow on the road. So even though the plows are out, you've got to be ready. You've got to be prepared. Keep your lights on, have that winter survival kit, make sure you got plenty of gas in your tank, make sure you're buckled up, don't be distracted, and watch 511ia.org or the 511ia app to keep you up to date. So we'll do what we can to keep the roads clear, and we need you guys to do what you can as well to keep everybody, including yourself, safe out there.
And you got to watch to make sure you clean your windows off, because you get blind spots if you don't. Perfect example this morning, I saw a fellow in his truck and he was pulling up to the stop sign and it was a little bit slippery, and there was a city driver coming down the street, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Did I say me?
Yeah. No, you definitely need to make sure that those windows are clear, because that's a dangerous situation if you can't see what's going on around you, especially in not good driving conditions. It can be pretty dangerous.
I did get out there and clean off my windows this morning, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a very good idea.
and two, for people that have your windshield wipers on, shut them off, because otherwise you could burn. If they freeze to the windshield, you could burn up your motor, I'm guessing.
Probably if they stick. Yeah. If you turn them on and leave them on, yes, definitely. If they stick, that's probably not real good for the windshield wiper motor. So,
yeah.
And you mentioned the windows. It's not just a good idea for safety. If police see you driving that way, they can stop you and give you a ticket. And I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure the fine's over $100.
Oh, wow.
And I've actually seen pictures on Twitter from the state patrol or sheriff's departments that have stopped vehicles, and they have pictures of them that, literally it's just a peephole in front of them. The people are driving, and not a good idea.
No, take some extra time, warm up the vehicle this time of the year. This is our first major snowfall, so we all got to get back into the rhythm and routine of how to drive in this kind of stuff.
Yep, that's exactly right. And again, crews are out. They are doing everything they can to make it as safe and easy to drive as possible, but it takes time. So keep that in mind as you head out for work this morning and going home this afternoon, because like I said, if that wind comes up and it starts blowing, and then tonight, if it gets very cold, which it's supposed to get a little bit chillier, things can freeze to the roadway as well. So just because it's not snowing anymore tomorrow morning, or if it's not blowing, doesn't mean the roads are going to be perfect. You got to remember that it is now winter. And even if we say we have roads that are in good winter driving condition, it's still winter driving conditions. That means there can be slick spots. So be aware of that.
And, you got to be careful, too, of like tourists or travelers that come from like Florida up to Iowa and try and drive in this kind of stuff.
Is there a lot of those that you see that vacation in Iowa in the winter?
Well, not too many. only crazy people. My brother's coming up in a couple of weeks, actually.
Gotcha. And, you said down in Florida, right?
Yeah, he's from Florida. So, but of course, he's gonna say, "Oh, it's like riding a bike. I can drive anywhere." So, you can't drive like that, like you do in Florida up here.
No, that would not be a good idea.
Yeah, right. I know. So, if he wants to drive, I'm not riding with him.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'll drive separately this time.
Exactly. Yeah, you go ahead. We'll you get there. We'll drive separately, and it's like riding with my mom. I won't ride with my mom either.
I hope she's not listening.
Well, she might be. Actually, for some reason she does. I don't know why. but yeah, she's a tailgater.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you're not paying attention, you can get a little whiplash if she hits the brakes.
Well,
I think she's at work, Pete. So I think I'm okay.
Say I'll keep that in mind if I see a car that has a bumper sticker that says Jay Brooks is my son.
Sometimes I don't think she wants to admit that.
Yeah, I go, well, that's between you two.
It's a very loving family, Pete. Very loving.
Sounds like it.
Oh, hey, we don't have to worry about anything else on the snow reports. I mean, we got the 511 IA out there, and that's a very important app. Very, very good one to use.
Yeah, it's got the snowplow cameras. We've got all our trucks out, and again, it's winter.
Yeah,
be ready for it. Be aware of it, and the big thing I want to keep stressing is just because it quits snowing, just because it's not as windy as you expect right away, it can still be slick, especially with these temperatures we have, especially with the snow blowing and sticking to the road. So like I said, be aware of that. We don't need anybody sitting in the ditch and waiting for help. So Take it easy, get where you're going, and enjoy the snow that finally arrived in January.
I wonder how many snowmobiles are fired up today.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on where you're at. I think we've only got a couple inches here in town. It's not a lot of snow for snowmobilers, but I'll bet you'll hear them. You'll hear them buzzing around.
Oh yeah. Snow blowers, get those ready too. If you haven't done so, get the. I'm sure you had the snow shovels out, waiting since November. But snow plow or snow blowers, I fired mine up, filled up with gas yesterday, Pete.
Well, I beat you. I fired mine up and changed oil on it Sunday night, so it's
Changed
ready.
Oil?
Yep.
Who changes oil in a snow blower?
Every year.
Do you really?
I do.
Actually, I checked my oil. It's pretty clear yet, so I'm leaving it.
Yeah, I change it every year. It's easy. It's a 10-minute job. Gives me something to do. Hang out in the garage, watch TV a little bit.
I called Tom at Floyd and let her go, Tom, I need oil changed. Okay, bring it in. Can you come get it? I don't have a trailer.
Bring it over to my place. I'll do it.
Oh, okay. But I was impressed. I thought because it's in one you can plug in and then do electric start. Yep. And so we did that. Well, I didn't even do that yesterday. I filled it up with gas because it leaks for some reason. I go, why does it smell like gas in my shed? And because my gas tank leaks, apparently I found that yesterday. And that's why it's always empty. I got to fill it up every time. And so I started.
You may want to worry about that before you change oil, Jay.
Right? So I start priming the old thing. And I go, well, I'm going to give this baby a pull or two and see if she fires off. And made sure everything is all turned on. Turn to the rabbit, So give her a pull. First pull, Pete.
That's good news.
I know. Kept it running too. Didn't even choke it out.
That's good news. Sounds like you've done it before.
Couple of times.
Yep.
Well, now we'll see what happens when I really need to use it.
Exactly.
So I got to probably go get that out of the shed today.
Yeah, I think you'll probably need it when you get home.
If I still have gas in it.
Unless if you like shoveling.
I don't.
Yeah.
My wife did a great job this morning.
Well, that's good.
I know. And that was her choice. Yeah. So people know that's her choice to go and scoop the driveway.
That is one thing too that we should touch on real quickly. Even though it might not be only 2 or 3 inches, whatever, it's kind of a heavy, wet snow. So be careful. You hear all the time of people having health issues after shoveling or during shoveling. So take it easy. Take breaks if you need to. Again, we're not used to this yet, so it's a good idea to take it easy.
It's not like you work out all summer long to get ready to scoop snow.
No, I don't think that's usually on the priority list for people.
No, that's why the wife goes out and does it. I use a snowblower.
At least you can admit it.
Right? Well, just so people know, I don't make her go out, and she says, "No, it's a good little workout. I'm going to do this." And she just got back from the gym this morning before she did it.
That's impressive.
I know, right?
That's impressive.
What did I do all day? I got up, took a shower.
Yeah. Everybody has a role to play in a relationship, Jay.
Exactly. And I know where my placement is.
Obviously.
You have to agree with me, Pete.
Hey, you said it out there. I've always said, if you don't want me to swing, don't set it on a tee.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Real quick, Vikings, they finally ended their season, so we don't have anything to worry about anymore the rest of the year.
Just who we're going to keep, who we're going to let go, who's going to be back, who isn't, who we're going to draft.
Yeah, we're talking about that quarterback from Washington last night. The big game, Michigan-Washington. Michigan just rolled over Washington. And the Vikings are supposedly going after the quarterback or looking at the quarterback for Washington, which throws interceptions just as much as our quarterbacks do. So why not?
Oh, I think Michael Penix will be a very, very good NFL quarterback. I would be very happy to see him transition from Washington purple to Minnesota purple.
All right. Oh, we got the smart aleck. He was probably just waiting for us to get the feeling. Go Pack Go. You know what I say when people go Pack Go? Because it's so annoying. It can get Caleb. I'm just giving you a hard time here, okay? But it's irritating. It really is. When you used to, we had the Vikings Packers game on New Year's. Yep. People over, a Packer fan, go Pack Go, go Pack Go. I said, go back home, go back home. That's my chant was going back at him. So as he's going go, I go back home.
Well, guess what? Vikings are going home and they're going to the playoffs. So
I know. I'm still gonna root for the Bears.
For the Bears?
I'm kidding. It's a joke, Pete.
I say the Bears aren't even playing, Jay.
I know.
No, you can root for the Bears and the Vikings, and I guarantee you're going to lose.
That's even when the season's going good.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The injuries caught up with us playing. We had 3 defensive backs out, and a starter has been benched twice in 2 games, and they brought a practice squad guy in. So, yeah, it all caught up the last month or so, and we'll see what happens next year. I really hope that Brian Flores sticks around. I think he will. I saw a quote yesterday from Kirk Cousins, and he said that God has blessed him very well financially, and he really wants to stay in Minnesota.
Good.
So you read between the lines there. Hopefully he's saying he'd take less to stay in Minnesota.
He's a good guy. And I tell you what, a lot of Viking fans are going, oh, man, we miss Kirk Cousins. As much as they complain about him, they realize.
I tell you what, and I will be very willing to say, you go back 4 or 5 years, and everybody who's complained about Kirk Cousins, I never once complained about Kirk Cousins. I said he is not the problem, and I am standing by that. No, I think people kind of realize it now after we lost him. So I really hope they sign him for a couple of years, draft somebody like Penix who can learn for a year or 2 underneath him. And I think that would be a really good foundation. But easy for me to say sitting in a snowy DOT office in Mason City.
We have all the answers right here, Pete.
Exactly.
Vikings should just listen to us and they'd be okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. So you have a team you're going for in the playoffs then?
I haven't really thought about it. I know we talked about a little while ago. I wouldn't mind seeing San Francisco do well with George Kittle and Brock Purdy. Man, I don't know. There is something kind of relaxing about just sitting and watching the games and not being fully invested with your heart in them and just want to see good football. Houston's a fun team to watch. They're pretty exciting. Who else? I don't know. We'll see. Let it play out a little bit. Baltimore is obviously very, very good.
See, I think what's going to happen is going to be this. I'm going to call it right now. Okay. So it's going to be the Ravens and the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
I know why you're saying it.
Because of the logo. So if it happens, the script worked out perfectly. I know people want to see like the Browns get to there because they've never been there. Another team never been there. But it's going to be the 49ers, Ravens. 49ers are going to win because you know what they did? They slacked. Shanahan slacked on who's a head coach. For those of you that don't know football, he's a head coach for the 49ers, Shanahan. And he slacked on that game because, well, he knew what the script was going to be. Ravens, 49ers, Super Bowl, and they're going to come out and they're just going to wallop on the Ravens. I know Ravens fans are going, oh, Jay, you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe not. I don't know.
But you've got a microphone, right?
Right, exactly. I'm going to tell you my opinion, whether you like it or not.
Yep. And if they don't like it, they can hit the button and change stations.
Well, let's hope they don't do that. But
exactly.
Stick with us just for a few more seconds. But I think that's what it's going to be. And I'm a 49ers fan. I've got my neighbors. One of my neighbors is like a huge 49ers fan. Been to every game the Minnesota Vikings played in the last 8 years. Vikings, 49ers. 49ers have lost every time. And he's a little upset this year when the 49ers lost again. But I'm rooting for him. And but it's fun to watch him because he's just a total mess on game day.
Well, this kind of sounds like you are too, aren't you?
Well, I know. I got like two peas in a pod, except
I
two
was
different.
going to say that'd be more entertaining watching you two than watching the game, I think.
Oh my gosh, I know it. Lucky more windows aren't broken out because the football's flying. I have 3 different size footballs, Pete. I got one for each size room. One for
Gotcha.
outside, one for inside the house because otherwise start tossing things around. Then I got another one's kind of mid-size.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, know your role.
Yeah, I know it. I got to watch it when the kids are over because they want to play football in the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got the smaller football because they tend to want to throw it around a little bit.
Maybe that's why your wife goes out and shovel to work off some anxiety.
Right. No, she won't leave because she doesn't want to be breaking lamps and, breaking walls, sliding into couches into the wall.
Right. But that's what I mean. All that anxiety builds up. So she gets snow and she goes out and shovels.
I know. She got a lot of it built up too because he had no snow to go shovel.
That's right.
Right. Exactly. So, all right. Well, we'll see what happens next week. Bets are in for the weekend already. So,
well, good luck.
We'll see how bad those go.
There you go.
I bet last night of the Michigan-Washington game lost.
Yeah, I picked Michigan. Their defense was just too tough. And
well, I like to go for the underdog because there's more money involved.
Yeah, I understand. And you can joke all you want, and they are well deserved about Iowa's offense, but Iowa's defense, I believe, held Michigan in the Big Ten championship game to like 220 yards.
Yeah, they had that in the first quarter.
Yeah, they had that in the first quarter last night. So
yeah,
there's one thing we can hang our hat on.
Yeah. Kudos to the Hawkeyes. All right, yeah. You guys got to bring the Hawkeyes into conversation.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Pete, have yourself a great week. Drive safe, and we'll stay out of trouble, all right?
All right, you do the same.
All right.
Struggling and need someone to talk to? We're here for you. At Regional Health Services of Howard County, we offer behavioral health services.
There we go.
Cool.
Hey.